that he's been inactive for quite a long time. Like, we were talking about fighting him with Conor Benn maybe 6 months ago or a year, and every month or 3 months or 6 months that passes, you do become a lot older.
It has to be financial. I mean, any fighter that comes back, especially from retirement, a guy like Manny Pacquiao, it definitely has to do with money.
Boxing legends worldwide are buzzing as Manny Pacquiao announces his comeback at 46. Set to face rising star Mario Barrios, the 8-division world champion renowned for his blistering speed and relentless style is stepping back into the spotlight years after his last professional match, once again proving that age is merely a number. As the news spreads, reactions from fellow boxing greats vary. Many commend Pacquiao's unwavering dedication, while others raise concerns about the risks of facing a younger, dangerous opponent like Barrios.
You named Manny Pacquiao. You clickbait in the name. He's 44 years old. Is there genuinely a chance of Manny Pacquiao versus Conor Benn? Have you spoken to anyone from Manny's team?
I mean, maybe I'm clickbaiting. Maybe watch this space.
And if the WBC clear Conor, do you still have to go to the British Boxing Board, or would they have to just be governed by whatever the WBC say?
No, I mean, ultimately, it depends on the ruling on the test.
Lawrence Okoli apparently has given up his UK residency, and I'm assuming it's for tax benefits in the UAE. Would you recommend that to any of the young fighters coming up? Is that a good idea?
I mean, it's a very cloudy situation.
Looking down the card, which fight do you think we're more likely to potentially see an upset? Because the bookies have got the home fighters quite big favourites.
I promise you, someone from the away corner will win tomorrow night.
Is there any chance that the Irish government may help you out with the funding for that venue, do you think, or is that completely out there?
Yeah, I think it's...
Manny Pacquiao's return to the ring at age 46 to fight Mario Barrios has sparked mixed reactions across the boxing world. While some praise his passion and legendary career, others are wary of the risks involved. Pacquiao's comeback, nearly 4 years after his last professional bout, is officially set for July 2025. As confirmed by WBC President Mauricio Suleiman, he will challenge WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios, taking advantage of WBC regulations that allow former champions to fight for titles. Upon returning from retirement, a role previously used by legends like Sugar Ray Leonard, though the official announcement hinges on the completion of his Senate campaign in the Philippines, ending May 12th. Reports suggest that premier boxing champions and TGB Promotions have reserved the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas for July 19th, likely the date and venue for the bout.
Which contemporary fighter do you most enjoy watching right now?
Out of the big time fighters now?
Yeah.
Pacquiao looks sensational his last fight. Oh, it's sensational. No fighter, and you as my witness, as any expert, no fighter looks more sensational than Pacquiao looked the other night. No fighter, name a fighter looked more sensational than Manny Pacquiao did that the night he fought.
Let me sneeze and say Floyd Mayweather. How do I sneeze and say Floyd Mayweather?
All right, hey, listen. Then that shows that you're a neophyte in boxing. You know nothing about boxing.
Well, excuse me?
No.
What? I didn't hear you, Mike. What you say?
You don't know much about boxing.
You know I'm comfortable up here.
No one said who was better. I said there's nobody in boxing that fighting that looks sensational.
Sensational.
The way that Pacquiao did against Rios.
Podcast host and commentator Joe Rogan expressed serious concern about Pacquiao's return to boxing, calling it dangerous. Rogan pointed out the intense physical demands of the sport and questioned whether it's wise for Pacquiao to re-enter the ring after such a long break at this stage of his life.
Like if Manny Pacquiao in the middle of his prime said, I am going to fight MMA, that would be insane. And you'd probably get his face kicked off. Probably get strangled, probably get taken down, strangled, and he would be helpless. It's a different skill set. There's so much more to MMA. To me, it's more exciting to watch.
Former world champion and Pacquiao associate Amir Khan has shared mixed feelings about the veteran boxer's return. While he sees the commercial appeal, Khan is skeptical about the motivations behind the comeback. He suggested he'd be open to fighting Pacquiao himself if sufficient funding is secured, possibly with backing from Saudi Arabia's boxing chief, Turki Al-Sheikh. If you can get someone like Turki Al-Sheikh on board, then why not? Khan said, hinting that financial incentives would play a major role in his decision. However, he also criticized the idea of Pacquiao competing for world titles, arguing that younger, active fighters deserve those opportunities. If Manny wants to fight for a world title, fine, but it's a bit unfair, isn't it? There are so many young fighters coming up. Really, We should give the next generation a chance.
Got in touch with me as well. Manny was like, shall we do a fight? Shall we, like, he's quite serious about it. He was like, shall we make a fight happen? I go, listen, if you can get a funder, if you can get someone like a Turkey Yellow Sheikh on board, then why not?
There's no, I mean, that must be able to be made. That, I mean, surely
you do that for the right money, right?
Massive. Look, we've had our best days, and I think a fight like that would definitely sell. I mean, Manny having a massive Philippine fan base, and all around the world really, and then obviously myself, I've got a decent fan base as well, so I think it will definitely sell, and people would like to see, when people make comebacks, I mean, people always like to see them, see how the fight's going to be, and me and Manny are probably in the same position. We'd be both being retired for like 3-4 years. I think it will make a good fight.
And you're only 38 as well, man. So we've seen boxers older than that getting back into the ring. I mean, you're still at a good age where you certainly could box again.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look at George Foreman, the late George Foreman. He was a great champion, and he came back. I think he must have been in his late 40s when he come back and won a world title as well. So look, in boxing, it's always that one punch. And at the same time, though, guys, is that I look back and think, do I need to get back in the ring again? You know, we've always been prize fighters. I've always taken punches to the head. It could just be that one punch that hurts you, and God forbid you get hurt and you can't spend good quality time with your family.
Khan also reflected on a missed opportunity for a mega fight with Pacquiao. According to him, the bout was derailed by contractual issues and unreliable investors, especially for a proposed fight in the UAE. Bob Arum said the investors in Dubai couldn't come up with the money in time. Khan recalled, despite the failed negotiations, he's still open to fighting Pacquiao under the right circumstances, namely a high-profile event against either Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather. I'm 90% done with the sport anyway, Khan admitted. I don't have the love for boxing anymore. It would have to be Manny or Floyd to motivate me. Promoter Eddie Hearn has also voiced concerns about Pacquiao's comeback, questioning the fairness of him competing for a world title after such a long absence. While acknowledging Pacquiao's star power, Hearn emphasized the importance of preserving merit-based title shots and ensuring active fighters have their opportunities. Nonetheless, he admitted that Pacquiao's return could draw massive interest and revenue, but warned that his age and long layoff could affect performance. His comments reflect a broader debate in the boxing community, how to balance honoring legends with maintaining fairness for rising talents.
It's a very contentious subject, like, people moaning about Manny Pacquiao. I think Manny Pacquiao is still good enough to beat most fighters in the top 20 at 147 pounds. He's clearly not the fighter that he once was. You're not going to be at that age. My problem is that he's been inactive for quite a long time. Like, we were talking about fighting him with Conor Benn maybe 6 months ago or a year, and every month or 3 months or 6 months that passes, you do become a lot older. So, I guess there's two questions. One is, should he be fighting again? And at the end of the day, if he's good enough to beat everybody outside of the top 20 in the world, then why not? But should he be fighting for the world title? I guess that's another question. In the commercial world of boxing, the answer is yeah, probably. In the ratings world and activity world, the answer is probably not.
Do you think it's strange that he's coming off the couch and getting a title fight like that?
I think when you've achieved what he's achieved, you've always got the right to do things a little bit differently to others. And with all due respect, Barrios is not Boots, and Barrios is not Crawford. And that's why, we pushed the Conor Benn fight. Conor Benn, like, his best win is against Algieri or Van Heerden. So actually Pacquiao is a step up, and people were still complaining at me for mentioning that fight. Like, Conor Benn is Boots, but he still hasn't had those wins yet. So, I like to see great fighters just slowly fade out of the sport, but also at the same time, if they feel good, if they feel they can be competitive, and there's a lot of money to be made, I also get it.
Mike Tyson recently made waves by declaring that Naoya Inoue surpasses Manny Pacquiao in boxing ability. On his podcast, Hot Boxing, Tyson called Inoue vicious. Praising his dominance in the ring, Inoue, known as the Monster, has won world titles in for divisions and achieved undisputed status in both bantamweight and super bantamweight classes with a stunning 90% knockout rate. Though Pacquiao's 8 division world titles are historic, Tyson's remarks highlight Inoue's flawless record and disciplined technique, fueling debate about the greatest pound-for-pound fighters in history. Meanwhile, Terence Crawford has downplayed Pacquiao's status, criticizing his WBA regular title as less legitimate than the WBA super belt. "He's not a champion in my eyes," Crawford said, arguing that only primary title holders deserve recognition. He also questioned Pacquiao's place in boxing history, citing his refusal to undergo Olympic-style drug testing before the Mayweather fight. After he agreed to testing, he hasn't scored a knockout since, Crawford noted, implying doubts about Pacquiao's peak performance.
Manny's a generational, talented fighter, but I don't feel like, he did it on his own.
I don't think Pacquiao took steroids. Really, the Mayweathers questioned it and drilled them on it, and that made people pick a side. I can't say that means Pacquiao was on something. And the reason why is because Pacquiao may have been the most tested fighter of all time. He never failed a test. Floyd did. So you're talking about a situation where now you're just saying he's so good that he must be on something. But number two, Crawford said Pacquiao was knocking everybody out until he took the test. That was a damn lie. Pacquiao power went down after he went up. Pacquiao didn't knock out anybody at welterweight. That had nothing to do with the test. He went up and he ain't knocked anyone out at welterweight. He knocked out Ricky Hatton. That was at 140. Floyd knocked out Ricky Hatton. So that doesn't say that Pacquiao had steroid power. He wasn't knocking out anybody. Yeah, he was beating them up.
Pacquiao's decision to face Antonio Margarito in 2010 marked a daring chapter in his career. Despite being shorter and nearly 17 pounds lighter on fight night, Pacquiao relied on speed and precision to dominate the match. He weighed in at 144.6 lbs, well below the 150 lb catch weight, in rehydrated to 148 pounds. While Margarito likely entered the ring at around 165 pounds after the fight, Pacquiao admitted the physical toll. "Amazing I survived the Margarito fight. I was only 148 pounds." That night, that win earned him the WBC super welterweight title and cemented his place as the only boxer in history to win titles in 8 different weight divisions. In December 2024, he was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame, his first year of eligibility. The induction will take place in June 2025 in Canastota, New York. Pacquiao's legacy extends beyond the ring, serving as a senator and presidential candidate in the Philippines. His 26-year boxing career, with a record of 60 wins, 8 losses, and 2 draws, ended in 2021 after a loss to Yordenis Ugas. Though passionate about boxing, he cited health and public service as reasons for retirement. "It's hard to accept, but today I announce my retirement."
2015, remember that one. Pacquiao is now planning to run for president in his native Philippines this upcoming May. But Shannon, how will you remember Manny as a boxer?
Historically great fighter.
Good for you.
The only fighter to win 8 world titles. I mean, he started out boxing, he was 106 pounds, won a title at, I think, 112, and went all the way up to
108 first.
Went all the way up to 154.
It's impossible. It's just...
I don't believe, I feel very comfortable and said, I don't believe we'll ever see that again, Skip.
We'll never see it again.
And it wasn't like he was fighting bums. When you go back and look at Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales and Oscar Larios and De La Hoya and Hatton and Cotto, Margarita, Mosley, Timothy Bradley, Mayweather, Skip. I mean, what do you got to say? He was a champion in 4 different decades.
Yep.
Fighter of the year. First ballot Hall of Fame. He's great.
Sports analyst Stephen A. Smith shared heartfelt praise for Manny Pacquiao in a video message, recognizing his incredible achievements. He emphasized Pacquiao's 8-division championship status and his deep impact on boxing. Smith also lauded Pacquiao's humility and inspirational journey, both inside and outside the ring.
Your thoughts on Manny Pacquiao's retirement?
One of the greatest fighters we've ever seen. Never ran from anybody. Had completely respected the sport of boxing. Was an ultimate champion. And I have to tell you, one of the nicest human beings you'll ever meet on the planet Earth. I mean, when people... I want to say this real quick because I know we got to go because we got one more thing to discuss, Mark.
Yeah.
When people talk about Manny Pacquiao and they say stuff like, well, he's fighting for money. I would like y'all to know that there are people who line up in the streets of the Philippines just to come get some money from him. He's very charitable.
Oh, yeah.
That's why money was compromising, because he's a giver. He's a special dude. I'm gonna miss him.
Manny Pacquiao last fought professionally in August 2021. suffering a unanimous decision loss to Yordenis Ugas. Since then, he's been away from the sport. Promoter Eddie Hearn has warned that such a long layoff, especially at age 46, can severely affect performance, though Pacquiao's desire to return is admirable. The physical demands are steep, particularly against younger opponents. Still, his experience and tactical intelligence may make him a threat in the welterweight division. His upcoming July 2025 bout with Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight title represents more than just another fight. It's a continuation of his legacy. While some fans are thrilled, others worry he will match past performances. WBC President Mauricio Suleiman defended the decision, citing rules that allow former champions to return and request title fights. More than just a comeback, Pacquiao's return symbolizes his relentless spirit. If he wins, he would become the oldest welterweight champion ever, further securing his place among boxing's all-time greats.
In a world title fight against the WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios. Date yet to be confirmed, venue yet to be confirmed, but it looks like it will be in July and in Las Vegas. Massive news announced yesterday by the WBC president, and you know, it was so out of left field. You know, Pacquiao hasn't fought professionally since 2021. That was 4 years ago. He was 41 at the time. And of course, he lost to Yordenis Ugas, the very, very tricky Cuban fighter. Convincingly lost to Yordenis Ugas. And in that fight, 4 years ago, as I say, 2021,